So we clean up the skimmer basket, which is by the pool, but then we also refer to the pump basket as down here. So with the pump off is always left, so both pumps off. This right here is the pump basket. So we're gonna unscrew the top. I'd already unscrewed it a little bit. And then these just fold down, they stay attached. And then you're just gonna pull this lid off, and there'll be water, sometimes it overflows. But this is the other basket. Now, I pretty much already cleaned it, but if you just spray hose water in there, sometimes just give it a couple knocks right here, it'll make a little mess, just spray that off. But what you wanna do is make sure this is clean again. So, you just like to turn on the water. But if you just spray a hose pipe in there, that'll clean that up. It doesn't have to be spotless, but that's pretty good. Put this back on. So those have two little teeth. Those teeth slide. Here's the teeth right here. So those teeth, there's two on each side. They slide in there. And that basket only goes in one way, so you'll know if it doesn't fit flush. It's kind of a trapezoid. The thick side's back here, thin side here. Pop that on. We bring those back over the top. Start tightening them down. You just screw them to the right. You don't have to go really hard because it'll be hard to get off again later, but pretty snug. Not overdoing it. And then we turn on the pump, but real quickly. If the water is running low, it'll start to suction. It'll create a vacuum back over the skimmer basket. So when we look at the skimmer basket, I believe I showed you in another video, it'll look like a water flow in the skimmer basket. So I just cleaned it as well. But if the water, there's the water level, you can see. It needs to be, and you'll see a water line, kind of orange water line. Just let it be above that. As long as it's above that, you shouldn't get that waterfall. But there's a right here, this will help it not to overflow, that thing right there. So water will go in there and it'll get rid of excess water in small amounts, but excess amounts on heavy rain be impossible. So when this is there has to be water circulating through here in order to flow through the pump. If the pumps don't have water, then obviously they'll burn up and then they'll have to be replaced. So we don't want that. So back over here, if the water's running low, when you turn this, it says off. So if I turn this to skimmer, it's gonna turn the skimmer basket off. So this will be a little longer video, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn the pump on. It's gonna take a minute for this to flow. And so until it fills up, there's water now created in the vacuum of the pump. So it's going to bubble out here until it gets water flowing completely through and no more air. You see the pool's in the best shape it's been all season, so hopefully this will be an easy season for you as well. Just minimal maintenance on your part, and then the pool company will take care of the rest. But wait a second and see the bubbles shoot out. It's just gonna blow out that air pocket I created. There they come, and it'll bubble. Now, you don't ever want it to do that on a long period basis. If it does that consistently, then that means we got a waterfall back there, or there's air in the line, and we want to find out why. So we'd want to turn the pump off, investigate it, or call me. But typically, it's going to do this only after you empty out the pump basket. Should never happen after the skimmer basket unless the water level is too low. Okay, so we'll get that. That'll last a little bit. Come back over here and you'll hear a swishing sound as it fills back up in the pump basket. And you can't tell, it's full, but you can't see the water. It is just a complete vacuum. And you'll see it swishing around until it's filled. Now it's filled. Now, if the water gets low, or let's say you're going to go out of town, you want to turn it. The problem is the chlorine where I put it in the skimmer basket, the water flowing over it is what makes it dissolve. But if you're going to go out of town, you want to turn off the skimmer basket. So I'm going to walk back over here and show you what's happening in the skimmer basket. and you'll see the water is now moving. Earlier it was not. Now that's how it should look. If you get a waterfall, what I literally mean is water is just spilling over, it's not covering it, that means you're getting air in the system, and that's going to be not good. So if you're going out of town and you want to leave the pump on so the pool doesn't turn green, then we're going to turn off this nozzle right here, the skimmer. So wherever off faces turns off that area. So we got the main drain, which is at the bottom of the deep end, and the skimmer. So I'm going to turn, and this is you don't lift or push down, you just turn it. It didn't turn much, but it stops right there. It doesn't go all the way around. You'll feel it get stuck. And I'm going to walk back over and show you what just happened. Is it turned the pump off the skimmer. So if you're going to be gone for a period of a few days or however long, and you're worried about the water evaporating, because you'll get a lot of evaporation on hot days, believe it or not. So you'll see now there's no more water flow. So we turn this off. So if this went completely dry, the main drain is there, and it's always going to be covered by water as long as there's water in the pool. So that's a smart thing to do if you're traveling. Since you'll be here in a few days, I'm going to leave them both running. But as you'll see, those 2 tablets I put in there the other day, they're getting a little thin, so and I'll pull them out. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more tablets. Grab 2, and this will be something you have to do every couple days. Tablets last depending on usage of the pool, obviously temperature, rainfall. But when they get to be this size, little bitty skinny discs, and they both go about the same rate. Now if this gets dirty, those evaporate faster. So crud and leaves and things on there will make those go quicker. So I'm gonna put that back in there. And then I'm just gonna drop my 2 back in the water. Cover it back up so the leaves go in that way. We're good to go. Walk back over here. I'm going to turn that back on. And you can do the same. I don't think I've ever turned off the main drain, but if you go just halfway, pretty much if off is between these 2 screws, and then if that one faces that screw. So if off is between the 2 screws, they're both circulating. If off is at that screw, it's going to shut off the skimmer. Or if off is facing this way, it's going to shut off the main drain. As I said, I've never turned off the main drain, but we'll leave it right there for now. And then the pump is running, and then again, here's the robot. He's on a timer. I'm going to set him on a little bit longer. These just unscrew, little bitty screws, and then they just slide. They stay attached. You can unscrew them all the way off. There's extras up here, so you can set multiple timers. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one I'm gonna let it run half a day until you get here, and then you can turn it back to what you like. But you know, there's been seasons that I told you I've let it run, both of them 24/7. I never turn that one off unless I'm cleaning or it's winter. In the winter you don't have to run as much, but I'm gonna just turn that one on now. And it's gonna run from here, and it's gonna automatically kick off here. So these are the hours of not working, these are the hours of working. You can change those out. You can put multiple timers so it cuts on 2 times within 24 hours. To move these discs, because I think I showed you in person, they do move. And what you do is you just gently pull out and then they spin. If they're in, they do not spin. It's in a locked position. But you do this, so I can actually turn it however I want, but I'm just going to go right back to what I was. Don't get hung up on, like right now, it says it's 10 at night, and it's not. It is 12 during the day. So don't get worried about the numbers, just know where you are as far as your timers.